The meeting, our call to order and our roll call of members. We have Mrs. Howerton, Dr. Durrance, Mr. Whitten, Mr. Martin, Superintendent Dr. Longshore, our board attorney, Mrs. Nash, and our board secretary, Mrs. Welburn. At this time, we will move right into school board member committee reports. Do we have any reports tonight? Okay. We will move into presentation of petition, comments, concerns, or reports. I believe we do not have any. Just want to double check. Okay. And so then we will move on to the superintendent's report.
Okay, thank you. Just a couple of things tonight. First of all, just welcome our staff back. It's been wonderful to be able to greet the staffs across the district, and we'll continue that through this week. But they are excited to be back, looking forward to preparing for our students and looking forward to a great year. So I just want to welcome everyone back. Also, permission to schedule a special meeting on September 3rd at 1:30 p.m. The purpose of the meeting is to review and discuss hardship out-of-zone transfer appeals. And I've also asked Mr. Brown if he would come. I know he is a very tired man. He has been working tirelessly across our district and give us a little update. I know we are having some air conditioning problems across some of our schools, as we're not foreign to that. We typically see that every year, but knowing that we've got open houses starting tomorrow and school coming up on Monday, just wanted Mr. Brown to give us a little update about where we
She
are.
wanted to throw me under the bus.
I did not, no, Mr. Brown. I never do that.
Appearance and aroma. So I didn't plan on looking pretty for you guys.
I know, I know.
State your name for the record, sir.
Frank Brown, Director of Facilities. We have a few scattered AC. I've been told about 4 portables probably. The biggest campus problem is probably Woodlawn. There's a portable building 4 in the cafeteria that seems to be our biggest problems. The others, for the most part, the next couple of days should be behind us. There has been movement since I spoke to you last at
good.
Woodlawn.
Oh, good.
It's sort of a 3-part. I actually caught Jerry over there. I just came from there.
Good.
We're trying to do something to alleviate his open house problem. We're sort of borrowing air from the kitchen, staff lounge kind of thing to supplement. We'll try to put some spot coolers in there to add a little bit. But there is in play a 30-ton temp unit coming tomorrow. I don't have tomorrow afternoon. I don't know what that means exactly, but it's meant to get it online as quick as we can. Well, or not, it'll help him at 2. I told him probably not. 2 o'clock's way early.
Sure.
It's got to come out of Tampa, but it sort of buys us a month. The problem again is that it's an older unit that has that cast iron compressor. That's just, it's harder to find.
Yeah.
The only response we got from a vendor is 10 to 14 days out. And that's what sort of started this whole,
Right.
oops, we're not going to be ready for school kind of thing. So it'll be a 3-part, but it buys us a month. We're sort of committed to a month to rental. But that should then put us online to get that compressor changed and back online. We just coincidentally, when this unit was down, was talking to the AC Board, so let's put this on the list for next summer. We might as well change it, and all of a sudden then we figured out the compressor went. So unfortunately, we're going to commit to a compressor almost like Cracker Trail.
Yeah.
But the plan is to bring
say
it
that.
before you to change it, to upgrade the equipment next summer, so.
Yeah.
Like I said, the other stuff, the portables, the building 4, I think there's a kitchen in Lake Placid Middle School. There's a few scatterings that we've yet to get to that we hope over the next couple of days shouldn't be a problem. But at least Woodlawn has movement now. The best case scenario, if planets align, we'll get that portable unit online for his open house, but no promises, unfortunately. But we're trying to get something over there to get him through for now.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for the update. I know it's very hot outside, and
been a
when
summer.
air conditioning goes out, it really does make a difference for sure. So thank you for working so
The
hard.
2 buildings too, I think you had mentioned that, the 2 new wings.
Right.
We're still on Woodlawn. We had a few setbacks, but we're still online. I think it was October 10th is what got kicked around. We're still shooting for that date, but we've aligned ourselves with the portable moves and stuff to get him by temporarily regardless.
Yeah.
Lake Country with the Swift Mud setbacks currently, I didn't get an update from that superintendent, but currently 1st of February before we get substantial that one. So
I don't know if you guys have been down to Lake Country recently, but it's so beautiful with the parking lot when you pull in there now. So it's worth the trip to see the progress of at least that part.
We wanted to bring that online for the start of school. So
It's really beautiful. They're very, very excited down there, and so that's great. That's
And
great.
I know Sebring Middle School at first was a little bit concerned about their additions of the portables, but that last in talking to them, I think they're feeling a little bit better.
I hope so.
I guess that was the best
work
of
got
our
put in
best
to
that we
make it
had
look
left.
pretty. We were able to even paint the exteriors just
That's
because they
what-
were up
Good,
front, just to
good.
give them a coat. So-
Thank you, thank you.
But
I,
think, like
I will
said,
tell you with that, I checked in today, and it was reported that they felt like it was extreme home makeover over there. So they were feeling much better about things. So thank you guys for, I know you guys work very hard over the summer, and then there's things that happen at the last minute that is unanticipated that then you have to
Every day.
devote to.
And that's
It
what
is
was shared with
always,
me, yeah.
so I know it's difficult.
They were worried, but they're feeling better. Thank you, Frank.
I'd like to say some complimentary things about Frank. I was also at Sebring Middle School, and I had a chance to look at the portables. And here is a man who is just soaking wet with sweat. He's right there leading in the front. He's putting furniture together. That, my friend, is servant leadership. Thank you for all that you do.
Keeps me sane.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Frank, so
Thank you
much.
very much.
And that concludes my
If
announcements.
I may,
Thank you. Yes,
Madam Chair,
yes.
August 19th, 3:30 is a workshop to review policies.
Okay.
I couldn't remember that they're mentioned, but I just wanted
No.
to
Thank you.
Thank you.
and it'll be uploaded to the website and the policies as well for public viewing.
Thank you. Okay. All right, well then we will move into adopting the agenda.
Move approval.
Second.
I have a motion from Mrs. Howerton. I have a second from Dr. Durance. No public comments. Do I have any board member comments? Okay.
Ms. Howerton?
Yes.
Dr. Durance?
Yes.
Mr. Whitten?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
And the chair.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion to approve the consent agenda items as presented.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion from Mr. Martin. I have a second from Mr. Whitten. Do I have any public comment? Any board member comment? Okay.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Whitten?
Yes.
Dr. Durance?
Yes.
Mrs. Howerton?
Yes.
And the chair.
Yes. Item 9A, consider approval of the superintendent's recommendation for personnel.
Can I just talk about that just before we start? And I don't know if the board is even in consideration of this, but I know that we're all about saving money, and I am also, and I know that we kind of took a lot of 8 hours away from teachers, and I look at our speech and language pathologists, and I know that's very much needed. I did realize that the Highlands Career Institute is going to end up with an 8th hour, and it's explained to me it's to give for the 30 minutes before and the 30 minutes after. But I was also kind of shared that that person kind of took this position for kind of a pause in her life, and I just mentioned to Brenda, and I know here we are, right here at the beginning of school starting, but could we save money? They have a para. Could we save money by allowing that para to be there? And it might give that para some more money that could be very beneficial to them. And I don't know if the board would entertain in looking at that. But if not,
Is Ms. Ball able to?
In
Or
speaking with
is there-
Mr. Hills, I can at least tell you a little bit of information about the drop-off of students and the pickup of students.
Yeah.
The school day runs from 8 o'clock in the morning until 3 out at the college. Mr. Hills will be dropping students off at 7:15, and then we'll be picking students up between 3:15 and 3:20. And so that coverage of the students that will be there, that was really the catalyst for the additional time. I've not spoken with the para. There is one para out there and 4 teachers. I've not spoken with the para to see if there's any interest in that.
the teachers,
At
I
all.
did kind of speak to one of the teachers. They get there at 7:45.
Right. So the 30 minutes before and basically 30 minutes after that we have to provide that coverage.
And I guess when I mean, before we had an assistant principal, now we're at a lead teacher position, so we've tried to decrease dollars there, but by the time we do our lead teacher years of experience, we're pretty much gonna be at the assistant principal salary.
It's about a $15,000 difference between the position that was there and the position now, between an assistant principal to a lead. It's about a $15,000 difference with that 8th hour included in that. So that's a little bit of information, but whatever the pleasure of the board is.
Are we able to, I will be abstaining from this tonight due to a conflict of interest. My mom is on the roster.
Oh, I did see that. We can
Karen
exclude
Shoemaker
her where you can vote on
is
the rest.
on the roster. So I don't know if we're just pulling out
I'd like to,
just that piece, or, I mean, I was abstaining just from this item.
without communicating to the staff out there, I mean, I haven't done that. I mean,
Right.
all of them, to see if that will be the case. I mean, probably need to do some more due diligence on that.
Yeah, and I
think,
know
but,
here we are at the beginning of school opening and all of
To-
that.
Which I don't know if we can just pull that piece then, and get a little more, get some more answers, if that would be the pleasure
I guess someone's got
of the
to
board.
be there the week that they open, so
And we
someone.
would have to.
Yeah. I'll do it.
Okay.
But anyway, I just, just trying to look at different
Understand.
ways. And then also, I just know that our parents could use some extra also with things that we've taken away from them. So, just trying to,
And so maybe the para would be willing, but
it may not work out with their
We don't
schedule
know.
either. We don't
Right.
know because we haven't talked to them. I just kind of threw that, this, kind of all this afternoon.
Maybe there'd be a way to.
Because you're actually stating that we have to do this due to a bill that just passed. It actually became effective July 1st. But it
So,
doesn't say that a person has to be there.
right.
I mean, I realize, you're gonna actually have somebody on the college grounds. It's not like those people are being,
well, that's true. Are they
Dropped
entering
off?
right into our?
Are they able to go
Do they go
into-
straight into our facility at
Our-
HCI? They
Our
go straight
buses
in.
drop them off at 7:15, and so we do the coverage
We're
for
in
those
charge.
students. So Senate Bill 1470, that was the one that changed having to be at the gates during the extracurricular and all of
Right,
that.
yeah.
And so it brought that language back in there again, but we have had to have that 30 minutes before and after for years and years. That's not really new, but within that was the flexibility now of not having to do that extracurricular.
I guess really with the assistant principal, you had an 8-hour.
Right.
And then the lead
person there.
teacher
Yes, ma'am.
has 7,
Yes, ma'am.
is what. So, but just wanted to throw it out there at the board.
I mean, ultimately, are you asking if we can just pull that one piece so that we can go ahead and get the rest, or we move forward depending on what the pleasure of the board?
I was gonna ask for that it be pulled, but I realized too that we're starting school Monday. That's the only thing that, I'm challenged with. Also, someone from the district office would have to go there, so, which other counties do.
Right.
So,
I don't think the college can cover that, because I don't even know if I don't know
No,
if they start, because
no,
I'm
I
a
would
online
not even
professor, so I'm not
expect that.
sure, and,
I would not
don't
even
have the staff
expect
to do
that.
so.
I do know, but I just,
Might I suggest that we wait a week and see how it's going, and then maybe come back to that a little bit later?
I don't know, once we act on this, if we can turn around.
Yeah.
Is what I'm up against. So,
Right.
just a thought, but however the board wants to go.
I'll make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation for personnel.
I'll second that.
Okay, so I do have a motion from Dr. Durance. I do have a second from Mr. Whitten. Do I have any public comment on this? Yes, can we get Ms. Federico the microphone so
I
that,
was gonna bring it. Pretty fast. They're bringing it forward.
I'm not sure if that was going,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Jean Federico, HCEA. I understand, I'm having a little trouble hearing tonight. I
Okay,
understand
I'm
the
sorry.
motion is to approve it as is in the agenda. There's not
As
going to be
is.
any changes.
Right,
Okay.
as is.
Anything to add?
Gene, you're live, so if you want to,
It's still on. Are there any other public comment? Any board member comments or questions on this?
Dr. Durance,
Yes.
Mr. Whitten.
Yes.
Mrs. Howerton.
No.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Chair.
And yes, I will abstain due to the conflict of interests, as Carolyn Shoemaker is my mother and she's on the roster. And I'm sorry, and my Form B has been filed.
Motion carried.
Okay, we will move into item 9B, request permission to waive the minimum qualification of high school diploma or equivalent for the position of plant operator at Fred Wild Elementary School for the 2025-2026 school year.
Move approval.
Second.
I have a motion from Mrs. Howerton. I have a second from Mr. Martin. Do I have any public comment on this? Do I have any board member comment? I will let you all know, I believe we probably all received an email and explaining, and I did speak with Mrs. Moshing today too, and she is comfortable in asking for us to please give it the chance so that they can ensure that they do have a plant operator, so.
Does she have someone in mind right now,
Yes,
Mr. Donsky?
and, yes, and she
Great.
would like for that person to get the chance due to some extenuating circumstances, and so
Which
I
we've done
told her
at
I
some
would
other
share that
schools
with you
also
all.
to help
So,
out.
yes, and we have, so, okay.
Ms. Howerton.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Dr. Durance.
Yes.
Mr. Whitten.
Yes.
And Chair.
Yes,
Thank you.
And just Isaac's gonna
No,
get that
always.
person at college.
Yeah, so GED training for Take the GED is always free at South Florida State College. And they got a small fee for take the test to get their GED, but outside of that, they can go there and get free training, so to prepare for it.
Be great.
Item 9C, 2024-2025 Office of Safe Schools Quarter 4 Compliance Visit. This is strictly a presentation that we are now required to have, and Mr. Verity will be presenting today.
Hey, good evening. John Verity, Safety and Security. So as you know, yes, we are required to do this. Every quarter, the Office of Safe Schools sends out a compliance report for the previous quarter with just simply the numbers and a couple different categories. The report that they sent out last week to me is for the span of April, May, and June, and it indicates that we had 0 sites inspected, which of course resulted in 0 schools re-inspected, 0 schools with no safety findings, or 0 schools with findings. So, and we will receive that report each quarter. It won't always be zeros, but each quarter, whether it is zeros or not, we will come forward and we will agendize that and present that to the board.
Thank you. Any questions from the board on that? It's pretty cut and dry on this one. Thank you. Okay, we will move into item 10A, consider approval of Resolution 2526-03 to declare that real property at 501 Lemon Avenue, which is the teacherage, is surplus and unnecessary for educational purposes, and approve amendment via spot survey of the educational plant 5-year survey report concerning the property.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
I have a motion from Mr. Whitten. I have a second from Mr. Martin. Do I have any public comment on this? Any board member comment?
Just from my understanding, there'd been this place needed a lot of work if we were going to use it. So not really worth the value to put the money into it. So it was better to move those at the teacherage to the academy area where the old academy would be. So
And I guess, I mean, how long it's been there, I don't have any idea. So we don't even really know where the dollars came from, what pocket they came from, or if this were sold, where the pocket of monies.
Mr. Lethbridge, do you have any historical knowledge of the teacherage?
to have a minority opinion on it, and I'll share that for whatever it's worth. As you can see at different times, even recently where we were talking about Avon Elementary and the need of parking and different places there, I know that the building is in need of repair. Much of it on the exterior side. I could not speak to the interior side. It looks fairly clean on the inside, but definitely the siding and different pieces need a lot of repair on that side. I worry a little bit with selling it because it is contiguous to our Sebring Middle School plot of land. We have right outside of it a softball field, and it's right across the ag, center for Sebring Middle. And I know that we can't create land. They are landlocked. There's no other lots that we could end up purchasing if we ever needed more land. And one might ask, okay, well, what could you do with that little corner of land? That I couldn't tell you, but I do know that land comes at a premium, and that's where I see value at it, specifically for the school board. It might not be a building that we can save, for the time period. It could be that we put it out, and if someone could move the building, as that building has been moved many times in its history, it could be that someone could move it and save it if they so wished on their own dime. And I know that even taking down the building would have a cost to it. So that there's a negative on that side to say, don't sell it, save it, for the property. But for me, myself, just looking at it, my opinion would be to save the land, that either parking, which is extremely tight back there, or it could be something tied with the softball field that's back there, or even additional resources for the ag that is all right there in that area, that I could see having value there.
I guess that's why I'm kind of struggling. I mean, I don't have a problem other than I think there's some people that are probably going, you're getting rid of that building with the years of, history going back. But we're actually are going to be asking later on the agenda, correct, to sell this. So that's why I'm just kind of saying I'm struggling there, and to just know if we sold it, where would the dollars go, And then, like you say, I mean, I've gone to functions there. I mean, it's been a huge help with just the bus loop that was added for parking. But still, when you look at the number of students we have, and like you're saying, being landlocked, I could see that property being utilized. So anyway, probably that's where I have the concern on item 10C. So.
Ms. Tinajero, do you have any insight or information about where those dollars would then come into our budget? If you wanted to maybe bring a little clarity on that, so you'd have a little more information about that. Mr. Lethbridge, I thought you might know when that thing was built, but you don't have that information. A long time ago. Yes.
Business Operations, Angelica Tinajero. So it's my understanding we were given that building. We didn't actually purchase it, so we would have the option to put it in general fund or capital, whichever one.
Do you know what, right now, just with the building being there, what's it costing us on an annual basis just to keep that building there?
I'd have to go back and look to see how much money we put in it last year. I know whenever we first started our facility walkthroughs, Frank had asked for about $250,000 to just bring it back up to code, and needed asbestos and a whole bunch of other stuff. But that wouldn't fully remodel the building too.
We did some work on the inside, would have been for the Highland, well, during the COVID time, and the Highland.
Virtual school.
Virtual
School
school
was there.
So the inside, like Mr. Lethbridge is saying, has some, but
It
the
has
outside,
potential.
so that's my own.
Are there other costs associated with there's got to be other,
Well, electricity, the water and sewer.
And I didn't even, is that
It's not
assessed separately? I didn't even,
It falls under Sebring Middle School.
with all the property, yeah.
So it's not tracked separately, and we did have the custodians go, I think it was twice a week, and clean, because the gifted teachers were using it a few days a week. But it was very minimal.
so Ms. Howard, are you kind of thinking, and not even know if we can do this, to say that we don't need the building, to see if somebody would take the building and retain the property? Is that what you're?
So for this particular agenda item, you're just
I
declaring
know,
it.
we're just declaring it
yes.
surplus. Where I have a problem is I've never seen us put something out invitation to bid, because we have to take the lowest bid. Or do we take the highest bid?
No,
We take the highest
Take the
bid.
highest
Good,
Yeah.
I'm glad that, I'm
Right.
glad that,
Yes,
but
it's the
still, it could
opposite.
not even be anywhere near, because I think you've kind of combined the two properties.
But they have to submit a separate proposal for each one of two,
Yeah,
what
but
they're
I've
estimating.
never heard of putting it out for bid.
The minimum bid based on this would be 271,000.
Right.
For both. Or
No,
one?
just
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 for
for
the
the
teacher
property
edge.
and the building.
Oh, that's right, I did see that, that's right.
Which is a fairly significant amount.
Okay, so you may not even get any bids.
Potentially.
Well,
Mhm.
No telling.
Now, the
yeah.
way the market is.
Thank you, Mr. Legere.
yes, thank you. Do we have anyone else from the public that would like to come up and speak? Come on up. Just make sure that you state your name for the record.
Good evening. I'm Janice Rierick, and I'm here representing Boys and Girls Club of Highlands County. The Teacherage building would make a great teen center Boys and Girls Clubhouse. It's located so close to the middle school, within walking distance certainly of our high school kids, and it has a great facade and appearance that would be a very homey place to truly call a Boys and Girls Club house. We're working very hard in Boys and Girls Club of Highlands County to increase our involvement of teens. We have a solid program with K through 5 associated with something you're familiar with, the 21st Century Community Learning Centers, as well as state grants from the Department of Juvenile Justice, Department of Children and Families, and Department of Education. We also receive wonderful support from our city of Sebring. What we would like to do in this coming year is start to expand and really take a look at providing an after-school, safe and positive place for the middle and high school kids. The club has had a program in the past that has addressed the teens. The attendance fluctuates. We have good years and we have slower years, what depends on being able to attract the teenagers in a very effective program. What we're always looking for is the right place. And I think the Teacherage could be that right place. If an arrangement can be made with the Department of Education here, with our school board, in cooperation with perhaps leveraging other supporters in the community, to be able to turn that nice place that's right there, a place that the kids are familiar with, staff is familiar with, many people in the area know the building, and so I think it could become something adjacent to the middle school that is a great support for the after-school environment. The teenagers are particularly vulnerable, as we can imagine and know, for activities that are not positive, or at least not producing what we want them to do in the after-school hours. That time can be productive. It can serve to enhance their environment and their learning in many ways, and that's in many ways the mission of the Boys and Girls Club. I would ask the school board to consider Boys and Girls Club as a worthy steward of the property, so an organization that for the long haul would be able to make improvements to it, take good care of it, and be able to let it have a new life and a new purpose. As we look into the future time, workforce readiness is a huge initiative, not only amongst our state educators and our state legislature, but really coming also from the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Here in Highlands County, I work under a mandate through my higher headquarters, so to speak, to try to improve the opportunities for teens to look for their future. Not everybody is going to be college bound, and those who are may have a lot of different pursuits. But I think that we can give them a leg up, a little bit of a boost, if during their period of time while they're here in their primary years, here in through middle school and high school, opportunities to take on and learn new things. The Teacherage could be that incubator, that clubhouse, that place where they are able to meet guest speakers of many different careers, where we can conduct different types of training programs. How about a culinary program to have kids learn their safe food handler certificate? That would certainly give somebody a leg up when they go to work in food service for a summer job, and we want them to be able to have that opportunity. Also, the teachers, being where it's located, can reach many more kids. So if we're trying to really recruit and serve the largest population of kids that we possibly can, that location really could be a great answer for being able to attract them, so that they don't feel that they're having to travel too far. They're immediately right in, like I said, a safe and positive place. And that's what those of us in the Boys and Girls Club say, what makes a great future start. And it could be right there. So I would ask the board to please consider that as another option and an opportunity that might be available. Do you have any questions?
So you all are talking about a possible interest in we would maintain the space. You all want to lease. You're not interested in purchasing?
You're talking about a lot of money right now. That would have to be something that, of course, I would have to go to my board of directors for consideration, and there's a lot of steps in this. And this right now is really just, from what I can tell, is the first phase. But I would hesitate to, and be sad to see if the building was taken down completely. I think that as a structure, it served an educational purpose for many years. From everything I've tried to do my research on, it has been a home for the college and many different programs, and I think that it still has within its bones the chance to continue to be something that's a positive place and a good solid place for all of us to cooperate and create something good for the kids through the Boys and Girls Club.
Ma'am?
Yes, sir.
First of all, thank you for all that you do for our children. I'm a little bit confused. Is there a Boys and Girls Club across the street that our children can go to?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you're needing more room to expand or move your operations there?
We would not move, we would expand. It's the building that you know of that's across the street, Sebring Parkway, from Sebring Middle School. That has been our primary location for most of the last 28 years.
Mm-hmm.
So Boys and Girls Clubs in Highlands County has a very nice, strong presence here. That building would be best suited, which it has been, for the K through 5s. The teacherage is located right immediately adjacent to the middle school. They don't have to cross a big street to get there, so there's safety there. Yeah, the high school kids would have to come down the road a little bit further. But our precious little 6th, 7th, and 8th graders would not have to cross the big street. They would have that safe place to go. And so, yes, we would be expanding. And to have a chance to share a little bit, the city of Sebring allows us to be the stewards of that building. And so the city has elected many years ago to put the Boys and Girls Club in charge of providing a very safe and nurturing place for its city's kids. Most of that program has focused on K through 5. Really, that's where the emphasis really has been in a lot. Like I said, teen attendance goes up and down. It's a sine wave, It depends on what the year is and what we can do to attract them. And depending on the strength of a lot of our adult leaders, because it's the adult leaders many times for our teens who are the attractor. Mm-hmm. You want to be able to have somebody who's cool, who can talk to the kids, who knows where they are, knows what they're studying, and all that sorts of things. So some of that changes over the years. This is a year that we really want to try to address the issues that we're getting from initiatives from Boys and Girls Clubs of America, and initiatives that we're hearing have been coming from even our state legislature about workforce readiness, preparing kids for the next step in their life. And Boys and Girls Club is uniquely positioned with the curriculum materials, the guidance, many of the structures that are in BGCA that I can tap into and I can bring to Sebring for our teens.
Mm-hmm. I guess what we would be up against is you're asking us not to take our name off of the property. Mm-hmm. And so we would have to, I imagine there's certain things that requires a building to be to a certain level, and then insurance and liability.
Right.
So that's, we are out of money.
Yes, we're still incurring the cost.
Yes.
That's where it is very difficult.
Yeah.
How much would you be willing to contribute to the cause?
Well, I think all that can be negotiated.
Okay.
As I said, we have an agreement with the city of Sebring, and so we're accustomed to working as stewards for the building that you referred to, the one at 111 North Martin Luther King Boulevard. And that is a shared responsibility. The city is very generous in its support of the operations of the building, but for the example of that particular one, the city reimburses us for half our utilities. So it's a shared responsibility, the electric bill, the water bill, the cutting of the grass. The city does give us a very generous grant to assist us with other operational things, but insurance is on me. And that 50-year-old HVAC system that's back there, that's on me. And so many other activities to maintain the building are certainly, as stewards, the responsibility of Boys and Girls Club. And so if one would entertain an opportunity to sit down and with sharp pencils and a pad of paper, we can, I think, come up with something that could be similar and still be able to maintain the school board's ownership of the building, if that's what you want to do, or even, there's work on something where we might be able to, over time, phase in a purchase or an arrangement with the building. So we can be creative about it. But I'd be remiss if I didn't let the opportunity slip by that I didn't say, can we think about this? This is it's another way to be able to continue to allow that building to be a teacherage, a place where teaching is going on. And more than just the academics, but the enrichment, the character building, the fitness that comes, and also especially devoted to teens, that inspiration and that guidance for them towards further future.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Bring it back to the board for some, well, yes, because I do have my motion and my second. So back to the board for some discussion. And I know this piece is just offering it up for surplus, but once we do that, then we will be moving into looking at being able to get the bid out to sell it. So with this being the first step, I'm just going to tell you guys, we have to make difficult decisions, and, like you said, we just don't have a lot of dollars, and we need to look at how we can get the most that we can, and, if that means we have to offload some property, it's a difficult decision, but, unfortunately, I think we have to offload some property, and I think we did have some discussion a while back at a board meeting on, what would it look like if we hung on to it? What, would the uses be? Things like that. So I think we had some of those discussions and felt like it was, in the kind of the best interest to offload some of this property. So that's just where I'm at on it.
If we were to go to sell, and where this might go to the general fund, do we have any say on where those dollars are, what they're going towards? Do you have something in mind of what those dollars are? Okay.
No, ma'am, I do not. No,
Okay.
ma'am. At this point, I think general fund would be the place that we would want to put those
No.
dollars, so, yeah,
Okay.
that would be my suggestion.
Okay. We didn't need money there.
Are there other
So,
questions?
and just based on what I understand, Ms. Nash, correct me, but we're putting it out there, 271 as a minimum bid. So if we do not get that minimum bid within a time period, then we can either put it back out or we can look at something different.
This bleeds into agenda item 10C a little bit when you're talking about the ITB. So if, assuming that 10C passes, assuming that gets approved by you all later tonight, the bid goes out, it sits there, you don't get any bids back on the property, it would end up coming most likely back in front of you to say, okay, well, now what? Do you want to extend the time and put it out and see if you get any bids on it? Do you want to have some further talks about, I don't know, option A, B, C, D, E? I don't know what would happen at that point, but yes, it would be I'm assuming the superintendent would bring it back to you with proposals on what to happen next.
But I am correct, I think this is what we spoke about earlier. If we offer it up for surplus, and then it does not, in what you're saying, we do have the opportunity to then, we can almost take it back, for lack of a better, and say, okay, wait, we do have a way that we can utilize it as for educational purposes for us, if that is something we are able to go back once it's offered up. Is that correct? Or once we pass this resolution to offer it up as surplus, it goes out to bid, we don't get it, we still have to continue to, that is done.
Oh, that's a good
No, you're
question.
You're not nailed in. Assuming that this passes, assuming that 10C passes, it goes out for bid, you don't get any bids back, you're not nailed into putting it back for bid again.
Okay.
So I don't know what the superintendent's recommendation would be at that point. I don't know if there would be other options available, and she would present those to you. If she would say, hey, let's put it back out for bid again, or hey, we can do something different with it. I don't know what would happen at that point, but no, you wouldn't be locked in to just putting it out for bid again, no.
Okay.
Just because it's made surplus doesn't mean we can't go back to use it for educational. That was her question. So
Right.
yes, it could go back for
Right.
educational.
It could, I just want to add the caveat that if it's under contract for sale, you don't want to breach
Oh,
that
yeah,
contract.
no,
So
right,
if
no,
if
no.
you're
Right.
going through
Yeah.
the process, you need to
Yeah.
finish the process.
Yeah, no.
But if that process stalls out because you don't get any bids back on it, then yes, it would be a regrouping. And I don't know what that would look like, but I
Parking
assume the
lot for
superintendent
Andrew.
would bring back recommendations for what to
Expensive.
happen to it at that point. Sure.
Hmm.
Anything else from the board?
Roll call members, Mr. Whitten,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Mrs. Howerton,
Yes.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Dr. Durance,
Yes.
and the chair.
Yes.
Thank you, motion carried.
Item 10B, consider approval of Resolution 2526-04 to declare that real property at Lot 19 of Oak Lane subdivision, the Renner Property House, is surplus, unnecessary for educational purposes, and approve amendment via spot survey of the Educational Plant 5-year survey report concerning the property.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion from Dr. Durance. I have a second from Mrs. Howerton. Do I have any public comment on this one? Okay, back to the board.
I'm glad to see the property is now for sale, that we can recoup some of that money, put back into the general fund. It was one of the, I think one of the main reasons that allowed me the opportunity to vote yes for that. So I'm glad to see it out there for sale. I hope that we'll get a quick turnaround on that money for us.
Me too. And we moved quickly on this, just as we said we would like to see it happen. I
was,
appreciate
yes.
the quick turnaround on this.
So those dollars would go in the general fund also? Just trying to figure out where the money.
I want to read something out loud really fast. It's coming from the state requirements for educational facilities. It's regarding the disposal of real property. There's a manual that Department of Education puts out that basically says how you have to dispose of real property or treat your real property. It's over 250 pages long. It's a really big document. There's a small section regarding disposal of property that's owned by the board, and I want to read a little bit of it. I'm not reading the entire thing, but I want to read a little bit of it out loud to you all. It's talking about the board can dispose of land or real property by resolution. It goes into saying if the original acquisition was by private grant or donation, the proceeds from the sale shall be deposited into a depository account pursuant to SREF, that's the document I'm reading from, section 2.14H, and shall be expended only on capital outlay projects unless otherwise prescribed by the grantor or donor in writing or in a written agreement with the board. If the original fund source cannot be determined, proceeds of a sale shall be credited pursuant to SREF, section 2.14H, and shall be expended only on capital outlay projects. So I just wanted to go ahead and read that out loud for you all.
So the money would go only to capital?
Capital.
Then
For
it
this
can't-
particular
yes.
property.
this particular property.
No, well, actually, she just said that if the funding source was unknown, it would still need to be used. The proceeds will still need to be used for
Shall
just
be
capital.
expended only on capital
Which for the
outlay
renter
projects.
property, we did use capital funding, so it was gonna go back in there anyways.
But for the teacherage,
So it would have to go
it
back into
cannot
capital.
go into general fund then. It has to go into.
So I know that when we thought we were gonna have an opportunity to get rid of the academy, we had talked about what we were gonna do with those dollars, and I'm just gonna say that I don't want these dollars as a board member to go what we had spoke about doing right now at this time. So,
Can I ask what we will do now? Would we get someone with real estate to, a lot of people would not know about this property. How would we then make it known to the general public that this particular structure is for sale?
you'll advertise.
We'll be advertising it.
Great.
Posting it on our website, and we could probably do a newspaper advertising, online put it on our website and stuff for the
Yeah.
ITV.
I would like to see more than just online on our website. I would like to see us be a little bit diligent about getting it out in the newspaper and things.
I just don't think a lot of people would look at the webpage
Right.
and for
Yeah,
commercial
no, I
type
agree.
of property. So we can expand that some way.
But it would
I'm
be
not-
like we put out an invitation to bid on many of our projects. It's advertised in the paper, it would be,
Yes, we normally don't advertise the normal bids, but we could advertise this one.
when there's
'cause
over a
it's
certain
different.
amount.
Yes.
This will be over that one. I don't know, I want a little conversation about what these dollars are gonna be utilized for.
I'm with you. And ultimately, I mean, wouldn't it have to go before us for approval on how it's on the capital dollars, capital outlay projects? I mean,
So the current
because
process,
it's-
as we receive it, we would cash receipt it and put it in the reserves account. Right now, we already have all capital projects allocated for this year.
Mhm.
When we start our walkthroughs, we can start allocating then there again if there's a specific area where you want those dollars to go to, or if you just want to spread it out with all the other projects.
that ultimately is still left up to us.
Yes,
Work.
with the capital project.
Okay. Mhm. I'm with you, Ms. Howerton, so.
And the renter property, I mean, it's a little, I mean, I proposed the idea originally. It was basically, we're gonna take this pot of money, we're gonna buy it, and then we're gonna reimburse that pot of money that we bought it with,
Which it came out of
with
the
only just a
reserves.
little bit of money that we paid for the property for us to use it for the elementary school. So that was, I hope that's continues to be
It
what
would
it
be
is.
Yeah, because we bought it
Yeah.
out of the rereserves, it will go back into the reserves.
Mhm.
Now,
Minus
if y'all
that little
completely
bit.
want to set it aside for a certain purpose, we can do that too. And project it and keep it in a different pot of money, not in general with all the reserves.
Are there any other questions? Okay.
Roll call, Dr. Durance?
Yes.
Mrs. Howerton?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Whitten?
Yes.
And the chair.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tinajero. Item 10C, consider approval of invitation to bid ITB 2526-01 for sale of surplus property, and that does include both of the properties.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion from Dr. Durance. I have a second from Mr. Whitten. Do I have any public comment? Back to the board. I do just want to say that we, as a board, I would say we fully support Boys and Girls Club, but, we just are in hard times right now, and so we have to be extremely diligent and wise about the dollars, that we do have, and being able to offload some properties that maybe, we are not able to utilize is, I think, kind of the best way for us to be able to spend. And so just, right now at this time, I just don't think that, we're able to offer, what you were asking. So unfortunately, that's just a hard decision that we have to make, or at least where I'm at on this. So, any other board member comments? Okay?
Dr. Durance?
Yes.
Mr. Whitten?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mrs. Howerton?
Yes.
And the chair.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion
Item 13A, consider approval of updated and revised salary schedule for school year 2025 to 2026.
I had called and just kind of asked some questions about things. I think there's actually some things that weren't put on last year that we're kind of cleaning up, maybe, I'm hearing. I'm trying to think of.
Angelica Tinajero, Business Operations. So yes, it was mainly verbiage cleanup. The only monetary change on it was the last board meeting, you approved the increase in insurance for the single coverage for employees. That was the only monetary change. Everything else was verbiage according to statute changes. There was on page 23 and 24, the CLT supplement. The supplements were raised last year. And on that page, I missed changing the amount on the CLTs, which was like $160 difference. That wasn't changed. But the monetary amount, the whole supplements were changed last year during negotiations. And then that area was not updated. That's why that monetary amount changed, but no actual supplement increase.
Other than like the grandfathered employees, this is where those amounts would show on there, right? What their increase would be, is that right?
Yes, the single health coverage, and on page 8 is the admin, on page 9 is the instructional.
and then there was
Page
another
29 was the
support.
non-instructional. And other than that, it was just verbiage updates. And also, the last couple months, we've been in conversation with HEC about splitting the salary schedule for them to be the same like PACE and NEFAC. So I went ahead and split it for now, just exactly how it was, but split it into 2 salary schedules. And as they revise it and make changes, we'll bring it forward to you, because I'm sure they're gonna, after negotiations, they'll probably do some changes too, so. And the salary schedule will come back up to you after we're done with negotiations
Right.
with the actual salary changes as
Right.
well.
I'm still struggling to what we did with the insurance, so probably why I will not support it. I didn't support it when we voted the other night. We've just taken quite a bit from our teachers and paras, and they're struggling, so.
We are, I know. So I do need a motion.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion from Dr. Durance. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Mr. Martin. Is there any public comment on this? Okay. Any board member comment? I do understand where you're at, and I know we had a very hard board meeting the last time around, and that was a hard vote to approve the insurance. And, you know, it still weighs heavy on me. I just don't know how else we get ourselves out at this point, so.
Well, and it was very hard, and we did have a lot of discussions around insurance and things that we need to be really looking at, kind of in a hurry as to how we can change things to make them better for our teachers and parents and staff. And so, you know, the year's upon us, we've got to get going and get them paid what we can, but we do need to look at these changes as quick as we can on them.
Yeah, I'm trying to reflect back, but actually our fund balance was at something, and we were having to take the federal dollars and pay some of the stuff out of our general fund, those people. And so I feel in a roundabout way, we got a little bit of money that we still could have even offered back the $700 card to our employees, and we didn't. So, I mean, I can see where we're maybe at on the grandfather, but that wasn't, I was told that it wasn't that way, but I feel that we could do something. So,
And we got the federal dollars back. I see what you're saying, to be able to then offload, but that's not this vote. And so I don't know if that is something to be brought up again, but this is the $15 piece, which I struggled with as well. Okay.
Dr. Durance,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. Whitten,
Yes.
Mrs. Howerton,
no.
Chair.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, we will move into, do we have any emergency items?
None presented.
HCEA member comments?
Just one.
Sitting right here is Chris Harden. He's the HCEA Vice President. So if I'm not here, he'll be here for me.
Wonderful. Glad you're here.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
School board attorney comments.
Thank you. Talk briefly, out of the norm. I wanted to offer up, there was a lot of discussion last week around the budget, and so I wanted to offer up potentially bringing in an attorney who is a public finance attorney. That is what this person does, that's what they do. He's represented the district before on those certificate of participations for the wings that are being added on. And so I wanted to know if there was any interest in doing that. I talked with him, and he could come. On the 19th, you all have a policy workshop at 3:30, followed by a board meeting at 5:30. He would be available to come that afternoon at 2:30 to just do a presentation on just general school finance, public finance, what that is, what it looks like, what ramifications are if things don't get passed, and maybe even be able to answer any questions you all have about the public finance piece.
I'll be open
So, I see lots of head nods. So
Yeah, can't hurt. Knowledge
Sure.
can't never hurt.
Okay. So August 19th at 2:30 to do a workshop, and I'll have him come and speak. And it'll just be on general, I'll just say public finance related to the school districts. And that's all I have. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. All right, we will move into our board member comments. We will begin with Mr. Whitten.
Whoa, open house for me tomorrow night as I go out and work at Sun and Lake on Tuesday. So I'll be meeting all the parents and children. Mr. John Spencer and I worked that out together. I know they're excited over there. Then I'll be working in Lake Placid with Mr. John Million, our bright and shiny new principal down at Lake Placid Middle School on Thursday. Then on Thursday morning at 6:45, I'll be delivering 17 dozen donuts to the transportation staff. And it's my understanding there'll be 144 members at the Ag Center that morning. On the first day of school, I'll be at my old alma mater, Sebring High School, as I pass out schedules with the new principal, Miss Laura Shirley, who have already heard some really positive remarks about. And that afternoon, I'll be working traffic control at Memorial Elementary with Miss Cheryl Vermelli. My final comment comes from my lovely wife, Mantra, who was principal at Sebring Middle School for many years, and her mantra for that first day was success on day one equals get them here, get them fed, and get them home safely.
Thank you, Mr. Whitten. Mr. Martin?
Well, how do you follow that? Very well said. How's that? No, just, yes, the main thing, keep them all safe. Lake Placid in particular, I know going through where I live and into town and into Sebring, the place is under construction everywhere we go. And we're putting a lot of buses on the road there. So we keep them in thoughts and prayers for safety because it's very dangerous down there, and the added traffic is, just need to keep them in our prayers. Thank you. And y'all be safe out there with the weather yourself.
We might make it before it starts. Mrs. Howerton?
Just, I was listening to the news this morning, and that was kind of some advice that was given by a woman that was talking, is that to engage our parents into realizing the importance of the beginning of the week and have them go to bed early, gotta start pulling those phones away from them. And then they even talked about the new lobbying, the new rule that passed on the phones, which I really think all in all, we were already doing. I'm hoping that we will enforce it. But, and just encouraging our parents, because I know they're listening, to, come to your open houses, meet your students' teachers, and walk around and give them that comfort level. Because I think we try to get them there to school and get them to the classroom without all of that participation the first day of school. So take advantage of our open houses. And I just want to say I want a safe and good year.
Dr. Durrance.
Let's welcome back for everybody. I know it's exciting for all of our students and parents. I know a great time of year. And also for Frank Browning, is here earlier. I know he's probably going either working some more or whatever, but I know that is not an easy job. I know they work year round, but the summertime is their school year, and they squeeze it all together in that short period of time, and they accomplish so much in such a short period of time. And I know it's hot outside, and they're working on ACs with no air conditioning. It's, obviously if you're working on the AC, so it isn't easy. So just thank you to Frank Brown and his staff and facilities.
Thank you. Mrs. Nash, thank you for the offering up the gentleman to come in and speak with us. I always appreciate when we as a board are able to ask questions, and I know it was a little bit stressful last week. I think it was stressful on all of us. But we are here to ask questions and to get the best understanding possible, and ultimately to make the best and most informed decisions possible as well. And so I look forward to that. Certainly, we do want to ensure that we are doing what is best for our kids and for our schools. At that meeting, I did express interest in feeling that it is our responsibility as a board to take the time to look at each of our departments and understand. I know we have job descriptions, but the true responsibilities and the day in, day out, being able to, I'd like for us to kind of look at, the number of direct reports that, are with each person within those departments, and what are the various, I took some notes, what are some, different programs that we are utilizing within, those departments, and the direct impact on the schools. Just some different things on that, and taking our time so that we can ensure that our budget is sent out accordingly, and that we're diligent there. So I would like for us to continue to look into that, and for you all as board members to offer feedback as well. I did last year when I was visiting Hillgustat. They did a lot of really great things with looking at their technology usage in the classroom and how it's being utilized. I had asked for Mr. Ward to, maybe come and present some data that he had, collected over how they had utilized Chromebook usage. And I do think he ended up with some great data looking at things. I do believe that I have heard that all 7th graders, I think, are going to be issued with new Chromebooks this year. Do you know if that's, is this year?
Do you know?
I don't know if it,
I did hear at Sebring Middle School.
that it
7th graders,
was.
so.
I'll check into that.
Okay.
To find
I don't know if you all have ever taught 7th graders. Mr. Whitten, I know you have. I'm just wondering, I would like a little more information on the reasoning behind why at 7th grade, and just, what is the cost of that for us as a district? And then I would like to see some information, I don't know if the board would like to see it, information on Chromebook utilization past midnight. I would like to see what is being accessed. YouTube usage, I'd like to look, until like 1, 2 in the morning. I want to know what are our kids, how are they utilizing Chromebooks? And I think we need to look into that. Go Guardian alerts, we can look into those things. I just want us to be very diligent and ensure that we're making the right decision there before it happens, so that we can make sure that we feel good about that.
I can reach out to Mr. Bellinger.
I think we've kind of gotten a report on that before in the past, maybe.
Yeah.
And
So,
they're getting alerts at 1 and 2 o'clock.
Oh,
and
yeah.
some things,
yeah.
So I do
And
know.
I think, I know the district gets them, but I think the principals also get them too. So principals are,
Get
being
Mr. Bellinger to
alerted.
come speak.
Okay.
Yeah. To give-
And then on the other thing that you're kind of wanting, I mean, are we eventually going to workshop what you're
I
talking
would like
about? So
to,
I didn't
whether
know.
we workshop
Or
it,
we
it,
just kind of keep talking, you know?
well,
so-
I would like to know where, I'm just one person. This is what I would like to see
You're
happen.
chair.
I would like, I am, but we're a team.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't act by myself. I would, wherever the board is, and if no one else on the board is interested in it, I will let it go. Because again, I'm just one person. But if we are, whether we workshop it, whether each department presents during a board meeting, I would like for us to see the information, to have an in-depth knowledge of it. I know we get our budget workshop, but it's Angelica that presents to us. I'd like to hear from, the departments and really ensure that we have all the information as well, so we can make the best decisions possible. So with that, Mr. Whitten, you are right. The goal is you get them to school, you get them home, and you get them fed, and you get them to home. But I did see someone post the other day, and it said something about it. It's not so much about what you teach, but it's about who you teach. And we know that those relationships are most important. And when kids know you care, they will learn anything from you, and they will do anything for you. So I do believe that we have incredible schools. We have incredible teachers. They love our kids dearly, and they work very hard to serve our kids, and very thankful for that. And so I hope that we all have an amazing start, and best wishes to the schools, and we will all be out there and in the schools helping out as well. So with that, we will adjourn the meeting.